Since its inception in 1992, the Atlanta ARCS Foundation has awarded over $5.3 million to more than 850 outstanding science scholars at Emory University, Morehouse College, the University of Georgia, and Georgia Tech. We invite you to join us to help advance achievement in American science by becoming an ARCS donor. Let's look at 3 scholars and see what their research is about.
Hi, I'm Lindy Wood. I'm a neuroscientist at Emory University. I study the neurobiology of how the brain learns to help patients with Parkinson's disease.
I am an ARCS scholar and a PhD student at the University of Georgia studying wildlife disease, ecology, and management with a focus on guinea worm eradication in Chad, Africa.
My name is Connie Liu. I'm an aerospace engineer at Georgia Tech, and I work with plasmas to improve very low frequency communications.
What is the biggest challenge you all face?
Money.
Isn't that what grants are for?
Yeah, well, grants are really useful for funding projects, but not so much for funding the students themselves.
This is an all too common problem for today's scholars, and this is why ARCS was created. We pair scholars with donors that help them accomplish their missions and goals with an ARCS Foundation award. But these are very different than the usual academic grants, and they are unrestricted, so scholars can use the ARCS monies how they see fit.
The ARCS scholarship has helped fund international travel to conferences in Australia, research trips to Chad, and also necessary research supplies.
ARCS helps us because it gives us funding so we don't need to stress about money and we can just focus on our work, and it connects us to a community of people in Atlanta that are passionate about science.
Yeah, so ARCS has been really beneficial to me because it frees me up from all my other financial obligations. Like I can go buy groceries, I can pay rent, I can travel to different conferences. Like I went to one in Hong Kong in October, and this allows me to focus on my research.
There's a lot of buckets and budgets that we have to use for some of the other pools of money that we use to fund our research. But to allow that ARCS recipient to make decisions that are appropriate for their lifestyle, their research plan, and their future goals, I mean, it really puts the power in the student's hand on how they will leverage this funding to be all that they can be.
So the ARCS scholarships help our students accomplish their mission in a variety of different ways. Some students use it for essential support, such as daycare services. Many of our students use the money to travel to critically important meetings where they can present their work, they can learn about related research going on in the field, and most importantly, they can connect with others.
A volunteer organization of over 100 women, we spearhead annual giving from foundations, corporations, and individuals. ARCS Foundation's unrestricted awards provide flexible and often critical funds that enable students to pursue their field of study with less financial stress.
So one thing that really impressed me about the ARCS Foundation is these women who do the fundraising and who are really in charge. Number one, they care about the scholars, but they also care about the research that we're doing, and that's really their driving motivation. And so the more money that we get to help expand the number of scholars, that's really kind of the important benefit of these corporate foundations and other people that are donating to ARCS. Trust me, these women are excellent stewards of the money. And not only does it help us as scholars establish relationships with them, but it also helps establish relationships with the donors and keep in touch with what is the great work that their money is going towards.
The donors who make possible the ARCS scholarships are providing a tremendous value to our country. We need our best and brightest to go into the STEM fields for our security, for our national prosperity. What's unique about the ARCS scholarships is donors aren't just sending their money in to fund students they will never get to know.
I feel strongly about being a donor, having a personal relationship, and seeing where our donation dollars are going in a tangible way.
Siemens has been involved with ARCS now for almost 20 years. It's an organization that we see helping to solve this critical skills gap that we see in STEM fields today.
We hear from our scholars on a regular basis. They invite us to their labs, we meet with them on campus. Sometimes we even get out with them in the out of doors and they show us what they're doing. But most importantly, they keep us informed on why their work is so very important.
The skills gap cannot be solved by a strong economy alone. It requires a strong community. And ARCS is an organization that can bring together the philanthropists, academia, and businesses to help solve that gap.
It's really satisfying to help young American scientists.
I'm very proud of the work that you're doing. My brother died from Parkinson's disease, and so I do have a personal connection. So thank you for all that you're doing.
Thank you. That means a lot to hear.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
We invite you to join us to help advance American achievement in science by becoming an ARCS Foundation donor. Or if you are interested in learning how you can become a part of ARCS Foundation Atlanta, click on the link below or contact us at arcsfoundation.org for more information.